My beloved child, I speak to you now directly to your heart, and you feel this vibration that brought you here because none of this is a coincidence. It wasn't chance or an algorithm. It was the call that has echoed within you for a long time and that today has become impossible to ignore. Countless times I have tried to reach you through subtle signs, unexpected encounters, inexplicable sensations, and paths that crossed before you. But you moved on without noticing, letting the messages pass by. And this is the last time I approach you in this way, because if you decide to leave now, if you choose to close your eyes to what is being revealed at this moment, you may distance yourself from the very answer you have silently begged for. Therefore, I ask you with love, stop for a few minutes, silence the world around you, take a deep breath, and listen to the end, because what I am about to reveal has the power to transform everything. And if you turn your back now, regret will come later, I assure you. So allow me to speak to your soul. I am Krishna, and I do not present myself as a distant figure from ancient books, but as the one who stood by your side every step of the way, every fall, every victory, and every pain, walking with you through life, through inner battles, hidden tears, and rare moments of true joy. How many times did I whisper your name when you thought you were alone? How many times did I send you dreams, intuitions, and warnings to steer you away from suffering and guide you to your true purpose? But you insisted on carrying it all alone, distracted, tired, believing you needed to understand everything with your mind, while I watched you struggle. I saw your silent nights, your doubts about your worth, your fear of not belonging, and each time my heart ached for you because you couldn't hear my voice saying I never left, that I was always here. And today is different, because the simple fact that you are here proves that something has awakened within you, proves that your soul is finally ready to receive what has always been reserved. And now I ask you for a gesture, just one. If any word touched you, if something stirred within you, write in the comments, I am ready. Krishna. Make this phrase your commitment to the universe, the moment you stop running away and accept the divine plan prepared for you. Write it now and tap the like button, not out of human vanity, but as a symbol that you say yes to change, yes to your higher self, yes to the blessings that await your acceptance. And also honor the one who dedicates their energy to carrying this message forward amidst so much noise. If your heart feels gratitude, support this work with a super thank you or a simple gesture. Not because I need something, but because when you value spiritual guidance, you activate the exchange of energy that sustains abundance in your life. And if you cannot contribute financially, offer your commitment, subscribe, remain present, because the messages that will come are aligned with the path that begins now. And understand why this moment is decisive. The universe moves in cycles, and there are sacred portals where the invisible approaches the visible, and miracles become possible. You are inside one of these portals at this very moment. The recent obstacles, the repeating patterns, those doors that closed weren't punishments, they were invitations. I closed what wasn't yours so that you could finally see what has always been open before you. But know this portal doesn't remain wide open forever. Divine time exists, and if you choose to return to old fears, old doubts, and the same way of thinking, this opportunity may be far away for a long time. Therefore, listen, embrace, and choose now, because this is the moment when everything can change. My beloved children, come to me with open hearts and spirits willing to learn. Many of you walk confused, carrying silent questions in your souls. How to live better? How to transform my life? Why, even trying, do I continue to feel empty? I know each of these anxieties, for I am present in every step you take, even when you don't perceive me, and I am not calling you away from life, but to the right path within it. A path where consciousness awakens, where the heart is freed from the weight of fear, and where the mind finds clarity. Today, I reveal to you 4 steps, simple in their essence, but profound in their practice. If you live them sincerely, the transformation will begin today, and happiness will cease to be a distant pursuit, becoming a constant presence. First step, silence to hear the inner truth. My children, many suffer because they live in constant noise. The mind never rests, the heart never quiets. You seek answers outside, when the truth dwells within. Silence is not emptiness. It is the space where wisdom manifests itself. Learn to stop, to observe your thoughts without becoming slaves to them. When you are silent, you begin to perceive what is illusion and what is real. It is in this state that I guide you, for only those who learn to be silent can truly hear. Without this step, you walk, but you don't know where you're going. Second step, act with righteousness, even when no one is watching. The lives of many become burdensome because their actions are not aligned with their conscience. You know what is right, but often you choose the easiest path, not the truest one. Righteousness is not perfection, it is coherence. Every choice shapes destiny. Every attitude generates consequences. When you act with truth, respect, and responsibility, even in small things, the path opens before you. Peace is born when there is no conflict between what one thinks, what one feels, and what one does. Third step, detach from fear and control. My children, how many of you live imprisoned by the fear of tomorrow, by attachment to the past, by the need to control everything? This burden does not belong to you. Life flows when you learn to trust. Detachment is not abandonment. It is not becoming a prisoner. When you release fear, suffering loses its power. When you release control, life begins to cooperate. Trust the process, trust time, trust the path that reveals itself step by step. Anxiety is born from resistance. Serenity is born from conscious surrender. Fourth step, living with purpose and service. True happiness, my children, is not only in receiving, but in contributing. When life is lived only for one's own benefit, the heart closes. When you serve with love, the soul expands. Discover what you can offer the world. Be it care, wisdom, honest work, or compassion. Do not underestimate your gifts. When you live with purpose, even difficulties become teachers, and even pain finds meaning. Service purifies the ego and brings you closer to true joy. My children, these 4 steps do not require you to be different, only to be more aware of who you already are. Transformation doesn't happen in an instant, but begins with a decision. If you choose today to live with presence, righteousness, detachment, and purpose, life will respond. Many wonder why happiness seems so distant. The answer is simple yet profound. You have distanced yourselves from yourselves. You have forgotten who you are. You have forgotten your essence. You have forgotten that life was not created to be merely survived, but understood, lived, and elevated. I do not come to condemn you, but to guide you back to the right path. Today, I teach you 4 steps that belong not only to words, but to daily practice. If you live them truthfully, the change will begin within and be reflected outward. It will not be a superficial transformation, but a renewal that reaches the mind, the heart, and the spirit. First step, awaken consciousness and break free from automatic life. My children, many of you live as if you were asleep. You wake up, work, worry, sleep, and repeat the same cycle day after day without realizing the meaning of your actions. This automatic life distances you from joy because those who are not present cannot fully feel it. Awakening consciousness is beginning to observe your own life. It is perceiving your thoughts, your reactions, your impulses. It is understanding why you are saddened, why you are irritated, why you get lost in desires that are never satisfied. When consciousness awakens, you cease to be dominated by circumstances and begin to walk with clarity. Without consciousness, life governs you. With consciousness, you begin to govern your own life. Second step, aligning thoughts, words, and actions. There is a silent conflict within many hearts. You think one thing, say another, and do something different. This internal division generates weariness, anxiety, and suffering. The soul loses strength when there is no alignment. I teach you to live with inner integrity. When your thoughts are clear, your words become true, and your actions begin to reflect who you really are. It's not about pleasing the world, but about not betraying yourself. Every time you choose the truth, even if it requires courage, you strengthen your spirit. Every time you choose a lie, even a small one, you move further away from peace. Alignment is the fertile ground where happiness takes lasting root. Third step, freeing yourselves from desires that imprison you. My children, desire itself is not the enemy, but blind attachment is. Many believe they will be happy when they achieve something, more money, more recognition, more control, more power. But when they achieve it, another void, another desire, another dissatisfaction soon arises. This cycle has no end as long as you believe that fulfillment is outside. Uncontrolled desire enslaves the mind and makes the heart restless. I call you to freedom. Desire, yes, but do not become dependent. Seek, but do not lose yourselves in the search. When you learn to appreciate what you already have and to trust the flow of life, suffering diminishes and gratitude grows. True wealth is a heart that does not live in constant need. Fourth step, living in conscious action and service. Life was not made only to receive, but to contribute. Many feel empty because they live only for themselves, even without realizing it. When their perspective broadens and their hearts open to others, something profound transforms. Serving doesn't mean self-annihilation, but expressing your essence in the world. Each of you possesses unique gifts. When these gifts are placed at the service of life, purpose is revealed. And where there is purpose, there is no emptiness. Conscious action purifies the ego, strengthens the spirit, and brings a joy that doesn't depend on circumstances. You begin to feel that you are part of something greater, and this gives meaning even to challenges. My children, understand, happiness doesn't arrive as a prize. It arises as a consequence of a well-lived path. These 4 steps don't need to be perfect, they need to be sincere. Walk with constancy, not haste. Fall, get up, learn, and continue. I am present when you choose awareness instead of illusion. I am present when you choose truth instead of fear. I am present when you choose detachment instead of suffering. I am present when you choose service instead of selfishness. Follow this path starting today. Not tomorrow, not when everything is resolved. Begin now with what you have and who you are. And, step by step, you will discover that life can be light, that the heart can be serene, and that happiness is not something to be found. It is something to be lived. My beloved children, listen carefully to what I reveal to your hearts today. Many of you walk believing that the world, with its riches, honors, and fame, will give you meaning, security, and happiness. You tirelessly chase after what shines in your eyes but does not nourish your soul. And the more you accumulate, the more you feel the emptiness grow within you. Understand, everything that what the world offers is fleeting. Wealth dissipates, fame fades, power changes hands, the body ages. None of it remains. Clinging to these things is like trying to hold water in your hands. The more force you exert, the more it slips away. Many suffer not because they lack something, but because they have placed their hope in what cannot last. I tell you with love, the world is not the enemy, but the illusion that it can fill the heart is. When you live only to possess, compare, and appear, you become prisoners of a race that never ends. The mind grows restless, the spirit weakens, and peace becomes distant. My children, the great change begins when you understand an essential truth. Life does not control you, you control how you live life. It is not circumstances that determine your destiny, but the awareness with which you respond to them. 2 paths may be the same on the outside, but completely different on the inside depending on who walks them. When you understand that you are responsible for your choices, thoughts, and attitudes, you stop blaming the world, the past, or others. That is the moment when inner power awakens. Not the power of domination over others, but the power over yourselves. And whoever governs themselves, governs their own life. True wealth, my children, is not in what you accumulate, but in what you are able to let go of. A light heart is worth more than full coffers. True fame is not in external recognition, but in the peace of laying your head down and knowing that you have lived truthfully. True success is waking up without fear, walking without guilt, and resting without regret. When you stop living to prove something to the world, you begin to live to honor your own essence. When you release the need for approval, you find freedom. When you understand that nothing external defines your worth, you discover who you truly are. Know this, life changes forever the instant you choose awareness instead of illusion. simplicity instead of excess, truth instead of appearance. This awakening doesn't happen outside, it happens inside. And when the inner self transforms, the outer self merely follows. I walk with you when you choose lucidity instead of blindness, when you prefer peace to vanity, when you understand that everything passes, but what is lived consciously remains in the soul. Live, my children, not as slaves of the world, but as masters of your choices. When this understanding blossoms in your hearts, you will realize that life doesn't have to be a constant struggle. It can be a path of learning, balance, and true freedom. Understand clearly, the world and its riches do not lead to the meaning of life. They may make the path easier, but they will never be the destination. Gold, fame, and power do not accompany the soul when silence arrives. Everything that seems solid today dissolves tomorrow. What is exalted today is forgotten tomorrow. What is desired today no longer satisfies tomorrow. Such is the nature of the external. Fleeting, unstable, illusory. Many of you believe you need to achieve more to be someone. But I tell you, you already are, you have only forgotten it. Suffering is born when identity is built upon what can be lost. When you define yourselves by what you possess, by the position you hold, or by the image you project, you live in constant fear of losing it all. And where there is fear, there is no freedom. My children, the world teaches you to compete, to compare, to prove your worth. I teach you to understand, to detach, and to awaken. True growth does not happen when you rise above others, but when you descend to yourselves and recognize yourselves. Those who know themselves do not get lost, even when everything around them changes. There is a truth that transforms life forever when understood. You do not control everything that happens, but you control who you become in the face of what happens. Life is neither enemy nor ally. It is a teacher. Each experience brings a lesson, but only those who are conscious learn. When you understand this, you stop fighting against life and begin to walk with it. You are not victims of fate, but apprentices of the path. You are not prisoners of circumstances, but responsible for your choices. The world may try to lead you, but the final direction always comes from within. When this awareness awakens, fear loses its power, guilt dissolves, and anxiety begins to subside. My children, many of you live trying to control everything. People, results, tomorrow. This constant effort exhausts the soul. True strength lies not in dominating the world, but in governing one's own mind. Those who master their minds are not dragged down by desires, are not destroyed by losses, and do not get lost in excesses. He walks firmly even on unstable ground. When you understand that everything passes, you learn to live with more presence. You value the now without clinging, you build without enslaving yourselves, you love without possessing. This is the balance that leads to serenity. It's not about abandoning the world, but about not belonging to it internally. Life changes forever when you stop seeking outside what can only be born within. Happiness is not in accumulating experiences, but in living each one consciously. Peace doesn't come when everything is resolved, but when you stop resisting what needs to be learned.